Hello, everyone, and welcome to another chill Tuesday night. I didn't see if today was a Bones Day or a no Bones Day,
It's no
but,
bones.
Oh no.
well,
Cancel it.
it's been fun streaming for
Goodbye,
you all.
everybody.
We gotta go. Yeah, so thanks everybody for coming and chilling with us tonight. We're gonna play some Durgons and Bargains. And,
Dagon.
yeah.
Remember the
We
I
have-
love couponing.
Yeah, absolutely. We have episode 9 of our Curse of Strahd game, where we left off last time, where we were probably gonna fight a hag and die, but we'll see what happens tonight.
Woo!
I, as always, am Emma, also known as Emma Panada. You can find me here on my Twitch or on Twitter at Emma Panada, where I've been shitposting more and more often as time goes by. But with me today are B. Who are you?
I'm B. I do art on Twitch, twitch.tv/bkake. You can also find me on Instagram at bkake. You can find me on DeviantArt at bkake. Bkake everywhere, all over your face. I got the art here. It's fine. That's it.
Yep. And up next we have Stacy.
Hi, I'm Stacy. I just do this online, and then I have Instagram, and there's some pictures there. That's fun. That's it. That's all I do.
Nice. Love it. And Monster.
Hello, I'm Monster X Spade. I occasionally stream. I'm probably going to be starting Zeus Days on Tuesdays earlier in the day. I am also on Twitter and TikTok and Instagram. Yes, all of them.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw you were streaming Sims 4 earlier.
Yes.
Seemed like a good time.
It indeed was a no bones day.
And last but not least, we have our illustrious, beautiful GM, Matihi.
Hello, I am the NENB that you envy, Matihi. I am, of course, the GM for this Curse of Strahd game. You can find me at Maddie Matihi on both Twitter and Instagram, and Matihi on TikTok, which I'm going to try and start posting more. I'm also hosting, for those of you who are GMs of Curse of Strahd, who've played Curse of Strahd, who have your own Strahd or Strahd adjacent character. I will be running an Oops All Strahds games over on Fridays at 7, which is a Discord group. Basically, everyone gets to play their own version of Strahd. There's going to be, we're not running D&D, we're actually running Powered by the Apocalypse. And basically, there's going to be a number of playbooks that I'm taking like bits and pieces from other things, but I'm writing a game specifically for this. So there will be a number of different playbooks. There will be the Dommy Mommy / Daddy Strahd. There will be the Strahd. There will be the overly dramatic Strahd. There will be many Strahds. Whatever Strahd is your flavor, there is a playbook for it. So hey, if you have a Strahd that you want to play and you want to play in a one-shot, you'll join Fridays at 7, and then we'll get you in the game. It'll be fun. If it's like a big thing, then we'll run more than one. And maybe we'll stream it. Who knows? It'll be fun.
10 out of 10, I would watch Oops All Strahds.
Right? Oops, all Strahds would be so fun. It's
Sounds like a
Strahds.
great time. Yeah, so with all of that said and out of the way, Matihi, why don't you start us off?
Oh, yes, I'd love to. So, the wind begins to pick up as temperatures rise inside the old bone grinder. Inside the 20-foot room was a smattering of cooking implements, along with a large brick oven. The room stank, containing an otherworldly smell that nearly made the entire party inside heave. Baskets of old dishware are piled high upon dirty countertops made of sunken wood. Adding to the clutter is a peddler's cart, a chicken coop, a heavy wooden trunk, and a pretty wooden cabinet with flowers that have faded over time but painted all over the door. In addition to the clucking chickens, you hear a light croaking of toads. Inside, the ominous figure of Strahd von Zarvik stands before a purple-skinned and horned creature. Their small copper horns curl around beside their forehead, each point looking to have been sharpened. Long black hair tumbles down their back that looks to be scraggly and ill-kempt. Long razor-sharp copper caps are secured to the ends of their fingertips, and all 10 are pointed towards the false visage of Sin. Irina holds their nose at the door, barely holding down the bile that threatens to spill from their lips. Outside the dirty window that Ghislaine can just see through stands 2 figures, one being their party member, Serana, the other being the love she thought she had lost, Fern. She looked tired and haggard, but still as beautiful as the last day that Goliath saw her. Faint blue circles of exhaustion remained around her sunken, bright blue eyes, and what light they used to contain seemed to have been sucked away. She wore a plain blue tunic with bits of twig and pine needles attached to them. Her gaze was fixed on Serana, seemingly unaware of the lane inside the house. "We had a deal!" The hag inside the kitchen spits up at Sin. Their needle-like teeth protrude outwards from their mouth, and a fearsome snarl appears on their lips. The humanoid skulls and bones around their waists clack together as they shift their weight between each foot. Bits of sawdust from the 8-foot ceiling overhead starts to rain down on those below as something else begins to shuffle on the 2nd floor. Now, we had rolled for initiative in our last game, and this isn't going to be like a combat initiative exactly, unless you make it so. Currently, the hag in front of Sin has their hackles up and they're aware, ready, but scared. They still have a belief that Sin is Strahd. You can see that in their face. But you do see, Ghislaine, as you're the first one to kind of act in the situation, that Fern stands outside these doors. What do you want to do?
Is there a clear way through?
Well, you see, you've entered by the door. Where Irina is the door to the outside, and you can hear the windmill slowly creaking around clockwise. You could go like around Irina, circle up, and go outside, or you can steamroll through. It's a smaller window, but with enough force, you think that you could burst through.
I think after what they witnessed at the crossroads, they will try and go through the window.
All right. I would like you to make me, you can either make me an acrobatics check to try and weave your way through these people, because this place, it's very tightly compact, and you're a very large individual. You can either make an acrobatics check to try and kind of deftly dodge out of the way, or you can make an athletics check to try and muscle your way through everybody, which includes Sin standing in front of you, potentially knocking them over. Whatever roll you do make, you will have disadvantage to it, but I think everyone has at least advantage given to them from last game from Carne Man.
The only ones left with it currently are Monster and you.
Oh, okay. So you do have it, Ghislaine.
Okay.
If you choose to negate the disadvantage you'll receive from being in this room to charge through.
I will negate the disadvantage, and I think Ghislaine is trying their best. Please don't be mad at me. Trying their best not to like shove Sin, but definitely just like trying to get past this guy and just being like, I'm all right.
Dretch, yeah. It kind of stands there on both its feet. You see its like hooves kind of curved over as it holds its hands like this, and just that smell emanates off of it, and you feel it starting to like stick to your clothes and your skin even as you're standing in here. So, oh yeah, so you rolled a 19. You managed to charge your way forward. It is hard. You throw Sin a little bit kind of off their feet. Same thing with the hag in front of you, but you do end up bursting through the window on the other side. You're going to take a little bit of damage from the glass. You take 3 damage from as glass shards just embed itself underneath the shale of your skin, and there's like little cuts that start to bleed and run down your cheeks.
Is that my whole turn to get outside?
So you bust through the window, your cheeks are torn up, and as you land and look up, you see Fern looks away from Serana and looks to you. And there is this look of shock and surprise as she sees you. She says, Ghislaine, what are you doing here?
I'm just going to shout after her because it's the only thing Ghislaine can do at this point. Just shout after her and try and kind of keep moving towards her.
You can make it all the way to her if you'd like.
Okay.
So what do you want to do? What are you saying to her?
I think Ghislaine just puts their hands on either side of her face to make sure that she's real and says, I didn't think I would find you here. I hoped, but I didn't know.
She looks up at you, and you can see that tears are forming at the edge of her eyes. She says, I didn't want you to be here. This is the last place that I'd want you to be, Ghislaine. You need to go right now. You need to leave. Please.
I'm not leaving without you.
I can't go. And as you're holding her, we're going to move on to Alfie. We pan back inside. Alfie, you just saw Ghislaine charge out, and you saw attached to the back of Ghislaine's like shoulder where their coat is, you saw Marshall hanging on for dear life with his little rat paws, and he went, ah! As Ghislaine charged through the window and smashed through it. Ghislaine is now, Alfie is now you, the visage of Strahd, these 2 creatures that are in here, including the hag and Irina, who are still remaining inside this windmill.
Now, can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
To give context to Alfie's turn a little bit. I think at the last session, before we rolled initiative and ended the session, that I hit the hag with magic missile.
Yes, you did.
Okay, cool.
So the hag has been injured, but the hag is, like I said, they're like on the edge of if they were sitting down on the edge of their seats, they are ready for something, but they still seem hesitant. They still seem scared as they look up, and most of their attention is fixated on Lady Strahd right now.
Okay, got it.
Does the hag 100% believe, like, can I insight check if she 100% believes this is Strahd?
Yeah, go ahead. Make an insight check, please. Let me see. So you're thinking that the hag is definitely doubting that Sin is Strahd, but they're not acting quite yet because they seem to be unsure still. They're not fully sure if they are Strahd. They're not fully sure if they're not, but they're kind of waiting for something, it seems.
I would like to help play into this so that she is convinced that's Strahd, so we can maybe get some use out of her. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. So what would you like to do?
Can I go kind of to this, not directly in between, but like to the side in between, and just really start playing up of like, oh, Lord Strahd, please give her one moment to speak. Oh, please don't use all of your power so quickly, my lord. Like really just like beef it up so that she's like, oh shit.
I will say this is a deception check for you to make. They are going to roll a they will roll insight into this. But you can go ahead. I will say you have advantage because you do have Lady Strahd right there.
Okay.
So roll me that deception, please. So 15. I will let you know now that if they roll an 11 or higher, they will see through this. She looks to you, Alfie. Her nails are still out, but they seem more defensive now. You see they shrink down a little bit and they look more up to Strahd. They like bend their knees so they are shorter and they're looking up to you. And they say, "My lady, I don't know exactly what we did to disappoint you in this matter at all, but whatever it is, we can make it up to you. I swear, whatever it is, we can fix this. We can work it out. You know we are very, very loyal to you." And Alfie, would you like to do anything else in this moment? So that was your action. Okay.
No, I think I kind of want to see how this plays with Sin.
All right. You hear more creaking going on upstairs. It sounds like it's moving the little pieces of dust that are falling from the ceiling. They seem to be moving back towards where Irina is standing. That's all that happens there. The creature that stands beside the hag, it seems confused. It stands there, it looks up towards Lady Strahd. It looks towards the hag. And with a heavy weight, you can feel part of this windmill shake as it just plops down on its butt, and its little feet are like sticking out. But it doesn't do anything else. Sin.
I'm conflicted, y'all. Because Sin wants to kill these people.
Didn't Ghislaine just like bust out the dang window though?
You saw that the hag
There's
is
a lot
confused in what's going on there, but is more focused on Lady Strahd, like full focus.
Mm-hmm. I care no longer for the deal that was. I'm only interested in a new deal to suit my whims.
Well, we can work out whatever deal that needs to be done, my lady. Please, whatever you need, we will do for you.
What I need is for you to leave this place to never return.
My lady, you know that is quite impossible. We can find a new place to live here in Barovia, but we cannot leave. You know this.
Of course I know this. I am very much aware.
Oh, yes, of course.
And I like look down at her with like pure like judgment and hatred and like just how dare you question me. Find another place off in a small corner of this realm.
Yes. Oh, we can do that but yes, I will get my children and we will depart. Ophalia, Fern, we need to go. We need to vacate this area.
And as that happens, the hag will begin kind of sidestepping you. Their hands no longer, like their fingers no longer pointed towards you. Their hands are now like up, and they're like sidestepping around you, and like sidestepping around Irina. Do you let them leave, or do you want to do anything as they go? Because they will leave.
With all those things, Lady Strahd, do you think that they can really start anew with all of this stuff?
We can. You don't have to worry about us. We are just going to go.
Oh no, I think you misunderstand. You will leave here with nothing.
With nothing, you say, and they say that a bit louder.
With just your lives, and do not think I don't know what you're doing.
Sim, would you like high, or would you like low?
What kind of die is this?
This is a D100.
I'm gonna go low.
So you want low.
Yeah, wait, these are the purple die, right? The spider dice?
One is homosexual. The other one is just purple.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go low.
All right. I will roll the homosexual die because that's a tens. Or sorry, that's a ones. That's a 1. The tens die. Interesting. Okay. So the hag begins to move and moves out of the old bone grinder, not taking anything with them.
Can I insight check
You may.
to see if they're actually gonna do what I tell them? This is going great, guys.
So you kind of look at her, and the way that they're moving, the way that they seem to revere you, you think they're literally pissing themselves right now. Like, they do not want to do anything to make you mad. They're like, we're gonna go. Goodbye. You can have the cake. Goodbye. As they begin leaving, they will wait there, it seems. They're waiting for what sounds like their daughters. And Ghislaine, Fern looks to you, looks up at you, and their hands cup your face, and you can feel the various dips and crags in their hands as when you see them get brought up, they seem to be more withered than you had previously seen. She says, I'm sorry. You need to find a way to leave this place, Ghislaine. You need to find a place to go. I have to go now. Don't come and find me, please.
And Glenn puts their hands on top of Fern's and kind of pulls one of her hands down, says, "What?" Looks at it and says, "What did they do to you?"
They pull it away as quickly as they can, but you hold fast to their hand. You can feel it starting to clam up. And those tears that were in their eyes that threatened to spill now start to run down the sides of their cheeks. They say, "I don't know. Honestly, I'm glad it didn't happen to you. Do you remember all those years ago when we saved those other kids? Whatever they did, I felt something just slowly festering inside me for years, and I haven't been able to stop it. I don't know what happened, but whatever I was before, it's gone. I'm just this now. I never wanted you to see me like this. I'm so sorry. I tried."
Elaine kind of reaches up and brushes a tear off her face and says, "You're not the only one who feels like a monster, and I don't care what you are."
I know, but I can't leave them now. It's what's done is done. I have to stay with them.
Unless you tell me that this is where you really want to be, I will tear them apart to free you. We escaped once, we can do it again.
Unless you can find a way to fix this. It's already done, Ghislaine. I'm already one of them. I've done horrible things and I'm so sorry. I can't.
I know. And it's okay, we'll fix it. They did something to you. And I will do whatever it takes, this place be damned, to get you back.
When you find it, come find me, okay? And she brings you in close and places her lips on yours. And as you hold her, as you press her to yourself and she hugs you close, as you're holding her tightly, you feel your hands slip. You look down, she's no longer in your grasp. She seems to be gone.
Do I have any idea of what could have caused this or where she went?
Make me a knowledge arcana if you'd like.
Okay.
Serana's just standing there, like looking between them really awkwardly.
Just so awkward. Okay, the advantage was only for fiends, fair, undead.
Mm-hmm. Well, you still got a 25. That was the first one that you
Holy
rolled.
shit.
She, you know that she's close enough. You've seen that hags that are in a group, that are in a coven, they have a great amount of spells that they can pool together. They're much easier to defeat alone. But knowing whatever Fern casted, she's no longer, at least briefly, no longer on this plane of existence. She somehow swapped planes briefly.
Okay, so because the head hag sort of left. She kind of teleported to her, I guess.
Not exactly. She plane shifted.
Oh, okay.
Irina looks. Sin and Alfie, can you give me insight checks, please?
I love insight checks. I hate insight checks.
So, Irina is not good at hiding this. As you like kind of turn around and watched the hag leave, you see Irina like, of course, sidestep this hag. Like, was like, oh fuck, like, this thing's coming near me. Ugh. But the way that they look at you, Sid, there is just this fiery hatred in their eyes as they see you and see your visage.
I don't think Sin notices with their 8 insight.
They do, because Irina rolled shitty.
Oh, okay.
She can't hide it. It is like written all over their face.
I think Sin looks down at her because Sin is very tall right now. And is the hag still waiting outside, or are they leaving now?
They seem to still be waiting for someone. We're still in rounds, by the way, so this is all quick stuff going on.
Okay, yeah, Sin is just kind of like looking down at Irina. And that's my action.
All right. You already took an action. Serana, you've just witnessed this very sad scene between Ghislaine and seemed to be their lover. You see that they've left. The hags seem to be leaving. You look through the window. They're going. They don't seem to be putting up a fight at all. They seem to be very scared of Sin. What do you want to do?
Like, there's a door. Why did you bust through the window? You're covered in glass.
Blaine just looks at themselves like,
who was that? Because I think the only thing I saw was like a desiccated corpse hanging from that gallows, right? Like, I wouldn't have recognized that being the same person, right?
Yeah, that is the exact same person that was hanging.
But like, would I have been able to tell it was the same? Like, were they in the same outfit?
You can
Or,
make
like...
an intelligence check if you'd like, but it's going to be a really low DC. Because you just saw them like an hour and a half ago. It was not that long.
So, but it wasn't like a corpse version of them.
No.
It was just
They
a
weren't
regular
yucky,
person.
yucky.
Okay, I couldn't tell. I didn't remember. It was the zombie that came up out of the bottom. It's been a hot minute.
That was a totally different creature.
Okay. It's all right. So that's the same. That's the same person.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like they turned into like dust and stuff, right?
They did. They turned into dust
So-
as they were hanging there.
I'm just like, why you jump through the window? What's happening? What's happening? Why it smells so bad. What is happening?
You smell that stink, and you kind
I-
of still smell like Ghislaine. It like wafts off of Ghislaine.
It's
into
like,
your
did you
nose.
get sprayed by a skunk? I have a very sensitive snoot. And you can tell, like, right now, I say this, I got the hood up. It looks a little weird and lumpy. I got little fangies. I'm like, you smell real bad. I might have little extra fingernails. I'm trying to, like, tuck them away. I'm fine. What?
Serana, can I ask you a really big favor?
Depends on the favor, but sure. What's happening?
You, I kind of like gesture to where I was holding Fern. Say, can you smell the person that just left on me? Do you think you can remember that scent?
I mean, like, she just turned up behind me. Right now, on you, all I smell is boo-boo. So I can try to call back to it, but right now, you're smelling weird. You've got some powerful musk about yourself. But yeah, could I just, when she's like, I was
just kind of
standing
like-
out there a hot minute.
Roll me a perception check, please.
Yeah.
For sniff. You have advantage on this because sniffing.
I will owe you because I know that this is.
Yeah, you like.
I will never forget her delicious odor.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
get that
scent was
sense.
traumatizing.
Yeah, no, it was a little.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fern probably
A bit
doesn't smell
salty.
like that. Yeah.
No. They smell like. Give me one sec, because I actually have a note on how they smell.
Does
you-
Fern
you-
not
I think
smell
you-
like Fern?
No, you mentioned
fresh
what I
ginger
smelled.
and yeah. So this is fresh
big-
ginger and cooked apples.
Yeah,
You smelled that before. You smelled that now, so you have that scent, like in your nose library now of Fern.
Mhm.
I love that. The nose library.
Nose library. Yeah, makes sense. All right. Ghislaine, would you like to do anything else? As Fern has now disappeared. How is Ghislaine feeling?
I mean, did you take any damage though? Because I
3.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah. They're fine.
can I? Although on my turn though, can I move?
Move.
Okay, I'd like to
What's your
just kind of, since I can barely see through the window, I'd like to just see like what's
You
happening.
can 100% see through the window now. It's broken.
Well, I meant like I can see through the window, but I'd like to see like when they get out the front. Like if I move like here, I could basically see. Like I want to get to where I can just see her old butt. Yeah,
Yeah, you can move about there or even
Her
there.
bugle fingered self.
Her copper bugles, yeah. You can see her copper bugles glistening in the not sunlight. Like the mist refracts off of them. Alfie. Actually, Ghislaine, do you want to move?
I think they'll kind of follow Strahd and kind of like move towards everyone else.
All right. He's gonna move towards everyone else. You see this hag like standing there, seeming to wait, and they're kind of looking upwards a little bit towards like the top, like where the rotating, decrepit blades of this windmill are going. Alfie, you're still inside. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Yeah, so as she was, we saw like the dust, like there was like a thumpy noise or something, right?
Sounded
I
like
think-
something was upstairs.
Yeah, I think she's gonna look at Sin and look at Irina and look at the roof and be like, shall we? And she gonna hightail up them little stairs.
Okay. Boo, boo, boo. Let me just... Is it that? Nope. Oh, look at that. So you head further up the stairs and you get to kind of the top of the stairs here, and you see this is where the wheel is for the windmill, and it's like it's been going, but you see someone was definitely turning it before, but now it's stopped. Like it's slowing down, but it's still kind of going around in a circle very slowly. You do have about 1, 2, 3. You could probably get up to the next floor if you'd like. You don't see anybody on this floor though.
Yeah, I'll keep going.
Okay. You continue running up the stairs towards the top floor. And you see on the top floor here, I think I gotta... Oop, you get to about there. And I gotta unhide these. Oop. You see an individual there. They look to be kind of a young-ish feminine figure. They have this very blue kind of outfit on. It's like a navy blue. It's very torn, not well taken care of. And you see they look to be sleeping kind of on the floor. They look to have little blankets over them, but completely passed out are two small figures that you can hear lightly snoring. And as you like make your way up, they look towards you, and you see in their arms they're carrying like a small box. And their eyes widen, and they're like, "Hi,
Hello.
we're just leaving. It's fine. We're just leaving. Hi."
Where are you going?
Away. We were told to go away, so we're leaving.
What's your? I think Lady Strahd said whoever was going, you don't get to have anything. So like,
Oh, it's my toiletries.
I think that counts as something.
I don't respect your opinion.
Would you respect Lady Strahd's opinion?
You're not Lady Strahd.
Oh, but don't I know her?
I don't know that. Do you want to do anything in this moment? As they're holding the
Call
box.
me up. Call me up.
Miss Lady Strahd? Miss Lady Strahd paging from the 3rd floor.
All right. They are going to as you're like yelling for Miss Lady Strahd.
This is like a let me speak to your manager moment.
Right?
Alfie's
Right.
like, let me get her.
God, am I excited to give you my manager.
I'm excited for this. Let's see here. Alfie, can you please make me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh no.
Oh no. So
Yeah.
as you're like calling and you're like paging Lady Strahd, you see that they like extend a hand towards you, and it quickly turns into like this purplish glow extends almost like a whip, and it hits you in the chest. And as this happens, you feel yourself kind of calming down a little bit. You just find yourself just sitting on the floor. You're much lower to the floor than you expected. You're kind of looking up and looking around. Everything seems okay. There's like a giant person now in front of you, and a
Can I
couple
magic
sleeping bodies. You hear from downstairs. You hear what sounds like more croaking upstairs. As Alfie has been turned into a toad.
God, that's all I've ever wanted.
A toad.
And they look down at you and say, "Bye, bitch," and they kick you down the stairs and they run out the window and jump.
She goes, what the what?
How much HP does that take? Because don't toads have
You just
not a
go
lot of
boom, 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 boom. Like you just bounce down the stairs very softly.
It makes squeaky noises.
As Toad Alfie lands down
Motherfuck.
on the 2nd floor. Now a toad. Unfortunately, you are unable to talk right now as you're a toad.
This is all I've ever wanted out of life.
To turn into a toad.
But does the toad still have the cute outfit on?
Yes.
Does the toad still have titties?
The toad big old toad titties. And they have like the little purple hair. So you can tell
buns.
it looks like a wig on
Eat
this
your
toad.
heart out, Tiana.
No.
And they jump out from the 3rd floor and kind of land they stumble a little bit. They're still holding this box and they're like, "Let's go!" And they just start booking it. Like they just start sprinting away from the old bone grinder. And you see this individual just hop off the 3rd floor, land, and just start running away.
This was not so is there still that 3rd person sleeping in that room?
There's 2 people upstairs that are
Oh.
sleeping. No. They're snapping. Big sleeps. The creature inside, you see that it seems to like put its head back inside that bucket that's in front of it, and you see there's like this blackish greenish ichor that's inside this large wooden barrel, and it kind of climbs into it head first, and you see it slowly turn into an ooze and ooze its way back in to this giant barrel.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you want to pursue.
So
but
they're
if you
running.
do- Yep. Like they're off the board basically. They're booking it. Oops.
Well, actually, she can't move yet because it's not
They
her
can't.
turn.
The other individual that jumped off the third floor.
Yeah.
They're hoofing it.
Sin is gonna step forward and look towards this hag. I believe I told you were to take nothing.
I was to take nothing. Yes, I did not say anything about my daughters. Goodbye. Sorry.
With rage in her eyes, I use the elemental card. And I put my hand basically towards her, and I cast thunderclap, right? That's the one.
You're gonna thunderclap them cheeks, okay.
Thunderclap them cheeks.
The clap.
Thunder wave, that's the one.
All right, Thunderwave. Thunderwave.
Yeah. This is technically at a second level.
Mhm.
So they need to make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm going to make a quick Arcana check, which they make. So thunderclap, because I'm gonna look that up. Thunderclap. The thunder space clap, right?
One
No,
word.
it's not.
Thunder wave. Thunder wave.
Thunder wave.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm still on claps. Let me see here.
Be out
Okay.
there thunderclapping with no hands.
That's fine. Yeah, so they have to make a Constitution saving throw. Just so you know, as you do that, oh, a creature. Okay, so it's just them. Cool. Unsecured objects. Awesome. So they're gonna make a con save. What do they have to get?
13.
So you use Thunderclap on them. I would like you to make me another deception check, please.
So for one, they take damage.
They made the save, but
So
it's
they
half,
take
right?
half, yeah.
Okay.
And I will happily make you a deception check. Oh shit.
As you cast this, you cast Thunderwave, and everyone hears this loud crack of thunder as there's a wave that goes through the area, and the hag seems to step back for a moment. You see their eyebrows knit together, and they look up at you and say, "You're not Strahd, are you?"
No, it would have been much worse with them.
Perhaps I'm just giving you a warning.
We'll see. And it is their turn. They are going to look to you. I'm actually gotta open up. Whose sheet was it on? Was it their sheet? Let me open it. Ah, it is here. Okay. 2. Interesting. Okay. I'd like you, Sin, to make me a wisdom save, please.
Okay. Oh my Jesus Christ.
So Sin, as you cast this, they look to you and their eyebrows, they knit, they frown. You see they extend one of their long claws towards you, and they don't touch you, but they make a motion almost like they're touching towards your forehead. And you feel this wave of exhaustion hit you like a truck, and the rest of you see Sin just fall unconscious, asleep on the ground.
They have all these spells. Well, one is plane shifted. Dang it.
And they say, "Oh, that's interesting. I think I'll be taking my things now."
Do I see that from where I
Yeah, the two of you, both Serana and Ghislaine, you see this happen.
Oh yeah, because I guess I can kind of see around the building. Okay.
It is Irina's turn. They're gonna hold their action and wait to see what you two are gonna do.
Where did the dredge like leave?
Yeah, it's gone.
So
The smell is dissipating.
So there's people chucking toads downstairs. They're
Mhm.
upstairs still.
You saw Strahd collapse on the ground.
Did I? I don't
Asleep.
think I. Oh, like outside? Okay.
Yeah, you can see that. You're in kind of the general eyesight.
Let's see here. They're not. Would I know in this, are hags considered celestial, elemental, fae, or fiends?
Faye.
So does it look like it's like going back inside to get their stuff?
Yes, they do seem. Actually, they can move. They could have moved on their turn. They're gonna wait. Actually, they want to see what y'all are gonna do. But they seem to be wanting to make moves to head back inside.
Well, if Irina's holding her action to see what everybody else is doing, I'm kind of, I guess, the last one in line, and I kind of walk, see, 5, 10. I'll just, I've got my Nethys, my holy symbol.
Mm-hmm.
This is so stupid. I don't know, stupid me. This is fun. It's fun. It'll whatever. It is what it is. And I go, you don't need your stuff. And I go the arcane abjuration, which is like turn undead, but it's to all the other things to make her run away.
Amazing. So what do they have to roll?
It says you gotta do, let's see. Turn creature must spend its turn to move far away from you. Can't willingly end its space within like it has to move away. So I'm thinking like, well, I'm trying to get to the point. I think I could move more. I don't want it to run into the building. I think it has to run like away.
Yeah.
It says a wisdom saving throw. So I'm guessing it's just my spell DC or whatever the stuff is, which my normal spell DC is 14.
Okay. So they look to you, and you see they have like the dark purple skin and everything. You see it turns almost like a light shade of lavender as they look to you in horror, and immediately, and since they didn't move before, they just turn around and start booking it.
It's for a minute.
Yeah, they just start running. They're like, like just start sprinting away.
Benny Hill. Yeah, it can actually, it can only use the dash action. So it's gotta fucking clap them cheeks, bitch.
Going, like they're just running full tilt.
How fast are they?
It's only doing this until 1 minute or it takes any damage. So there's
30 feet.
There's people like there's shit clattering around upstairs. So I figured like this would give us a minute without one. Would I know, like, one, that lady just disappeared, right? Like the one, she didn't like reappear anywhere else that I saw.
Not that you see, no.
Okay. The Ghislaine's, I guess, previous SO that needs to moisturize their hands.
It's winter. The feel is real.
Yeah. She's looking a bit ashy. Let's see, it also can't take reactions. I'm just making sure there's not anything else. Okay, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I'd like
So
to
you
get a little closer. See, was I next to Ghislaine, right?
Yeah, you can get you're like
10,
there.
15.
So they're like booking
20.
it.
Yeah, I'll move there.
Okay. So basically, I will say, unless Ghislaine wants to attack at all, like they're gone.
I'm not gonna lie, Ghislaine, when they came around the corner and saw the hag they feel is responsible for doing that to Fern, is just filled with rage. So I think like the second they start running, that like, you know, the predator instinct that makes cats chase things kicks in, and they basically start chasing after.
Okay. So you'll start chasing after the hags. I will settle that a little bit separately.
Can I use my reaction to trip her with my dang shepherd's hook?
You can make an attack roll, please, and if you hit Ghislaine's AC, you can trip them.
Because I'm trying to just get one away so we can deal with
Yeah.
the other ones. I'm kind of like, I'm out of sausages at this point. Now I'm just annoyed.
Out of sausages.
Mad sausages, I'm mad. So make me that
Well,
attack
to like
roll.
to tempt Ghislaine with.
Ah.
Throw the sausage in the other direction.
Is this what I click? Oh, here we go.
There you go. Yeah, so you like hook Ghislaine around the ankle, and just Ghislaine, your entire 7'10" body, just goes woof onto the ground, like just straight down.
So it looks a little bit like this. The hag runs with it's all you hear is like, ah! Ghislaine, ah! Boom.
Yeah, just poof. And
Down.
Irina had a held action. Seeing all this happen, Irina goes over to you, Sin, and like slaps you a few times. They don't like slap you gently, they slap you hard on the face, and you instantly wake up, Sin. You're right there, Lady Strahd. You good?
I turned back into Sin. Yeah, I'm fine.
Bloody hell. You're gonna get yourself killed if you keep doing that.
Why?
You don't think something's gonna happen? I mean, people keep saying you Strahd, and they're just going to accept the fact that that's... What do you think? If Strahd finds out...
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh, sure, yeah, it'll be fine. Sure. What the fuck is Alfie? Alfie! And they're gonna grumpily start making their way inside. We are now out of combat. Yeah. And you have kind of free reign to look around. Alfie, you have toad mentality. You're just hopping around.
Sick. So it's not even like Alfie and a toad. It's just a toad that's Alfie colored.
Toad, yeah.
Sick.
It's just a toad with purple hair.
Yeah.
And titties.
Titties.
Get some flies.
Sin will get up and looking around, seeing that the hags are gone, will go inside and start looking around.
Are they though?
For now.
You start looking around the area, and you can see like the smattering of just dirty floors, all this like old fruit, and you see flour and sugar. You see that cabinet with the flowers all over it, musty countertops in this particular floor, but you can basically start heading wherever you'd like. We're out of combat now, so feel free to do what you want. I will say, Alfie, at this point, you're kind of like hopping around upstairs. I'm gonna let them find you first.
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
fine. That's fine. I'm happy. This is the most calm Alfie's ever been.
Here's little Toad. Irena's like, I think Alfie went upstairs. And they'll start
Steps
heading
on
up.
Alfie.
Fuck! You hear from upstairs. Why do you have titties, you Toad? And they're gonna pick up.
Ribbit.
Bloody hell, they're making frog noises too. I think something happened to Alfie. I'm gonna call downstairs.
I want to go inside and investigate magic stuff. Like, is there a? I go in there. It's? I mean, like, it's. Is this a permanent thing?
What is? What do you mean?
This frog thing. Is
Oh,
this
you head
like-
upstairs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to go. I want to go in there.
Yeah, you head upstairs and you see that Alfie is. There's a frog that kind of looks like Alfie.
I go. That frog has Alfie's tits.
Thank you for knowing my tits.
Yeah. Oh, sure. I would know those. Tits.
You can make me an
Anyway.
Arcana check if you'd like, Serana.
Yeah, I like magic. I'm here looking for magic. This looks like a magic frog. Wait, I pick her up and I kiss it. Is this how it works? Hold on. That's gonna be if I roll low. If I
Okay, Arcana, please.
a normal roll. I don't know. Hold on. Yeah, I think this is how you fix it.
You look to the frog and you give them a kiss. And in this moment, you kiss Toad Alfie, and in this moment, Alfie, you turn back into a halfling and you're just
Stop.
you're just holding Alfie in your hands.
I mean, I don't think I can. I'm. Wait,
I can't believe that worked.
I am strong right now. So yeah.
The true love of friendship. It was the frogs we made along the way.
I go, wow, that's way easier than doing other. That's a good spell. I'll have to remember that.
Kissing spell?
Yeah, that's how you dispel it. I just cast dispel magic, obviously.
Wow.
It's-
That's impressive. And so, Irina seems fully legitimate. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm still trying to hide my ears. Anyway, there were some magic stuff around here. What are we here for? Is everybody gone? I want to go up the stairs.
Oh, there was some kid upstairs.
A kid?
Oh no, wait, two. Sleepy babies. Sleepy baby people.
Sleepy baby people. All right. Well, how did you become a frog?
Another smaller person with a box and a purple hand. Honestly, that moment was a little blurry, I'm not gonna lie.
Cool. I mean, I'm looking at Irina like if there could be somebody upstairs that just turned Alfie to a toad, so let's go fuck him up.
The three of you make your way back upstairs. Sin and Ghislaine, you're still downstairs. What are you up to?
Ghislaine picks themselves up, brushes themselves off, and is like, I am going to kill that hag one way or another. And then kind of heads in. Where is Sin actually?
On the first floor, looking
Oh, okay.
around.
I'm gonna go kind of look at Sin and be like, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just looking at this stuff.
we should probably see. I'm gonna go see what all the noise is about, and then kind of like go upstairs. I'm assuming it's relatively safe here now.
Yeah, you look around, you start going upstairs. You don't hear anything else, but you do hear like the soft snores coming from the 3rd floor. And you're finding that it's getting harder and harder for you to stand at your full height as you're making your way up the stairs. Like it's just getting shorter and shorter, and you're feeling yourself having to bend down.
I'll just do the going up the stairs on all fours.
Yeah. Go up the stairs on all fours. You're like crouching. Sin, what are you doing downstairs alone? Are you heading up?
Sin was investigating everything.
Sure. So why don't make me some perception checks, please?
Not investigation.
Yeah, we'll do investigation. I'm a goose. That's really good.
It's a good
Alright.
investigation.
Heck yeah. Let's see. You kind of look around. You're finding a lot of the stuff is like trash. You find, of course, like flour and sugar. You find berries and cream, stuff to make pies and whatnot.
And some junk mail.
And you open that cabinet that has all the flowers and such painted on it. You see there's more herbs and baking ingredients. And amid all these ingredients that you see that there's
Weed.
there are 3 small containers that seem to hold different like liquids. They seem to be very like thick and opaque. There's one that seems to be labeled youth. It seems to be more of a golden color, and if you shake it around, it's very slow as the liquid moves, almost like a syrup. The second one that you see, it looks to be kind of a clear, almost like a reddish color, and the label on that is laughter. It seems to move almost like water as you move it around. The third one you see is this greenish milky liquid inside. You see that the label says mother's milk on it. It's got a very milky consistency as you move it.
Mommy milker.
Toad milkers.
Oh no. I think Sin is just gonna put those in their bag.
Sin, you're gonna take the mommy milk.
Take the mommy milk.
Yeah, Sin takes the mommy milk, puts it in their
Alright.
bag.
Yeah, you take some mommy milk. You hear the clucking of chickens still down here, and you do see that there's like 3 chickens in one little container and a rooster in another. And you see there's some eggs in the little chicken coop that's there.
Okay. I don't need eggs.
You need chickens.
Do we need chickens? Am I forgetting something?
Chickens.
Chickens. Buck, buck, buck.
If I feel satisfied that I've searched everything down here, I'll move to the next floor.
There's one more thing that you do find. There's like this wooden trunk that's on the floor. It's big, and you hear the sound of like just like numerous toads in here. It's just like a chorus of croaking that you hear, and you like peek open, and a few toads escape through a little opening, and they start hopping all around the floor.
Motherfuck.
Sin just like looks at them a bit confused.
You gotta kiss all of them.
Can I roll an arcane check to see
Yep.
if I understand what this is?
Sure, go ahead. Oh yeah. So you think that a lot of these toads, you look at the toads and they're like, you peek inside again and some of them are chilling, but you see like dozens of toads, like 40, 50, 60 toads just chilling in this box, just croaking away. And you think that there's some sort of material component. And you look over to that giant barrel full of like the ichor. You think maybe they use the toads to summon something from there, probably like that creature.
Okay. But I don't get the sense that these are polymorph people, right?
No.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Don't.
I need y'all to check that chat real quick in the call.
What is this? I need to see.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh, that.
I need this.
Share it with the
posted.
class.
Share it with the
Can
chat.
I post a link
I think
in
it's
your chat?
Oh my
Should
god.
be
Cool.
good.
yeah.
There we
Please
go.
look at this.
He's
This is-
so hot.
I mean, why
You know
wouldn't
how
you
that-
want to kiss
There
it?
really is a root
Hottest
for
stone.
everything. Oh my god. She even has a little heart beauty mark.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
You know, I actually hated frogs until this very moment.
It's not a frog, it's a toad.
I actually hated toads until this very
All right. So as you're like looking around there, Sin, you're like finding stuff. We're gonna pan back to the upstairs where Irina, Sorana, Ghislaine, and Alfie have made their way up. And you see there's like a little bedroom here. There's a single bed that lays there. Looks like there's moldy straw that's in there and moth-eaten like a bedding that stands or that sits on the bed itself. This place is a lot more enclosed. You find yourself having to like squish together a bit more. And on the floor, curled up, they seem to be under blankets, still snoring very contently, unharmed, are two children seem to be there just sleeping. They seem to be humanoid kids. They've got a little flush to their cheeks, but they seem to be sleeping away.
Question. I don't think I was there because I was pelting sausages at Ghislaine against a tree, but man. Did I know that there was somebody trying to sell their child, right? Like that's why you said we needed to go find the pie lady, was because somebody was like trying to sell them. So
Yeah.
I'm like, so I'm thinking, I automatically, if I see those kids, I'm thinking some pie meth head parents are just like, they sold their kids. So we're not going to take them back to their parents, obviously, at this point. We got to figure out where to take them. You know? Would
We
make a
adopt them.
wonderful addition to our collection so
More
far.
Children,
Babies,
more
chickens, and
babies.
children, and we're going to some sort of town, right?
Could we bring them over to those party people?
Are they wearing pronoun pins?
It's just they, them.
Okay.
Are we? Yeah. Like, one, does it look like they have any things, or are they just?
Are you trying to steal from children?
You look down at them and they
No,
seem to be
like-
wearing very like peasant-y clothes. Like they have like loose tunics on that are this. It almost looks like they're kind of made out of like little potato sacks.
Like if they
and
had a toy box or something, like the ghost kids did. I
they
know.
don't have a toy box up here, sadly. But you do see there seems to be a cupboard that's there that seems to be partially opened. Not open fully, and you can see something shiny inside. But the kids, they're just wearing kind of normal peasant-y-esque clothes. One has long hair that's like a nice kind of chestnut brown. The other one has like a short shock of blonde. And they seem to be, as you're like looking more at them, you see that they're shifting around, and they almost look like they're very stressed, like almost like they're having a bad dream.
Yeah, I would be tempted to like cabinet. Like, who else is up here with me? There was Irina.
Everybody
and
but Sin.
everybody. Whoever else. I go, hey, check that cabinet. I'm gonna deal with the kids, and I'm gonna mom voice them awake. I'm like, hey, wake up! No bad dreams. This is what I said to my dog 20 times a day.
You're
No
late
bad
for
dreams.
school.
You're late for school. Get your lunch. No. I'll kind of try to wake them as gently as possible.
Yeah, you
Also, it should be noted, unwolf.
yeah,
I
you
have unwolfed at this point.
You unwolf, and then you like shake these kids awake, and as soon as you kind of like very gently like wake them up, and as soon as they wake up, they seem very scared, but not scared of you. almost like someone waking up from a nightmare, and the both of them scream these high-pitched screams and then look at each other and look up at you and
I go,
start
it's okay, it's
crying.
okay, it's okay, it's okay.
I'm so scared. There was a lady and she was chasing me and 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 she stole my shoes
and just start sobbing, just
Yeah.
unconsolable.
I'll do like the thing where it's like I open my arms, they can I'll just be like, it's
Immediately latch
okay, it's
onto
okay.
you.
And like while they're do that, I just like look at everybody else and I'm like, check the cupboards, check the cupboards, check the cupboards.
So the rest of you check the cupboards, look around. You find 150 gold worth of various jewelry that's kind of lying around, seems to be picked up. You also find kind of nearby to where these children are, you find this, it looks like just the cylindrical container has almost a concentrated amount of mist inside, and it seems to slowly swirl around almost like it's alive. You can make an Arcana check if you'd like on it. But the one thing that Alfie, you find kind of underneath the bed, seems to be a little bit hidden when you bend down because you're the smallest. You look and you pull out what looks to be it looks to be some sort of a lute. It's very finely crafted. Everything else up here is like a little bit moldy, dusty. This thing, it's beautifully carved. It has this gorgeous, like dark wood finish to it. It feels like it fits very well in your hands as you take it and pick it up.
Would I be able to roll Arcana on that violinist? Sorry, I didn't know if that was
Yeah.
towards me. Okay.
So I mean Alfie can. So Alfie gets the first go at the Arcana check if they'd like to. So Ghislaine. So this isn't related to anything, I think, with your advantage. So that'd be a 7.
Yeah.
Which is okay. Yeah. So you're like looking at this, you're not too sure what exactly it is. So, and Alfie, you see this thing, you're not sure, like, you're just like, oh, this is a really nice instrument. Like, it's very well crafted. It is absolutely beautiful. And there's no marks of decay on this thing. It looks brand new, like someone just made it and handed it to you.
I mean, if I feel like she would end up playing it. She would do the thing where you like you don't put it on your mouth quite yet because you don't know where it's been, but you kind of like it's a nice little lute. Wait,
Not a flute, it's a lute.
oh shit!
Blow on it.
I'm like, wow, a nice little wind instrument.
Can you make me a DC 15 wisdom check, please, or wisdom save?
Of course.
You die.
Save or die.
You turn into a frog again.
Double frog.
Would you say wisdom?
Yeah, wisdom saving.
Oh, yikes.
You're compelled to play Freebird.
You take 5 points of psychic damage as this thing seems like all of you hear it and you have to cover your ears. Sydney, you're making your way up the stairs and you like almost feel yourself fall back a little bit. You have to cover your ears as there's this loud like shrieking noise that comes from this lute and reverberates into your head, Alfie. And your nose starts to bleed a little bit as this happens.
I try to cover the kids' ears.
And they're like, ah! And start like screaming and crying.
I'm just gonna, sorry, rock and rolled a little hard. A little too hard.
You see that there's another set of stairs leading up. Sin, you're able to rejoin the rest of the party up on the 3rd floor.
Wait, but I want to search the 2nd floor.
You look around the 2nd floor, there's only that small like crank wheel that's going around and you see that it's slowly coming to a stop. But otherwise there's nothing on the 2nd floor.
Okay, then I'll go to the 3rd floor.
Mm-hmm. You do see there's stairs up to a 4th area as well.
Ooh, I want to go to the 4th floor.
All right. So Sarani, you're taking care of the kids. Alfie, you're dealing with the fall of this loot. Ghislaine, do you want to go upstairs with Sin?
Was I already on the 3rd floor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting real crowded in here.
It is like squishy. Y'all are like going, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, as you're going through.
Is there actually, sorry, so we're all on this floor. Did I hear you say there's another floor?
Yes, there is a fourth floor.
Okay. I'm gonna quickly like see if I can take a peek at the kids' hands to see if I think they've been turned or not.
You look at their hands and they seem to be that like just very soft child
Baby
hands.
hands.
Moisturized hands.
Yeah.
Moisture.
So yeah, go
Still
ahead.
kid hands.
Still kid hands. They're not hags, thankfully.
Supple, delicious
Um,
fingies.
And you look up, and I think the reason why you see that there's like another Sin and Ghislaine, you see that there's another entrance. You stand up after you look at the kid's hands, and you bump into the ceiling, and the ceiling kind of, it's almost like there was like a trap door there, and it goes ring ring.
Oh. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of like, because my if I
You're
stand
tall
up,
enough just to push your head up.
just through it.
Yeah.
If I like, okay, I'm gonna stand up, kind of like gently push it and stick very carefully stick my head through it.
Yeah, you find that you're looking at the kind of this top area that's even smaller. Oh damn, I didn't close it. Good. So at this windmill's peak, you can see that there is that gear that's attached down. You see a number of like a big wire that's going down, you think, for the crank that's there. And there's a small amount of light that's slipping in through various cracks in this dome. You can see that there's a lot of mold damage from various rains that have been here and not properly protected. There's not a lot in this room, but there is something that you see underneath a bit of straw and hay that's up there. And it looks to be some sort of book. Sin, you see this as well as you kind of like reach up and peek your head over as well with Ghislaine there.
I'm gonna kind of climb up and help Sin up.
And you lift Sin. Sin, you get into the attic. Oh, the Arcana check is for the vial. Oh, that's good. So Sin, you crawl up there, and Serana, you're like comforting the kids, and you look over and you look at this vial, and as you're staring at it, you start looking deep into it, and that white part of your eye seems to kind of take over your vision, and you see inside of this vial, almost like it's contained within, you see what looks to be the nightmares that these kids are describing that are contained within this vial.
So like somebody's stealing a shoe and like little flashes of stuff or something.
Yeah, like there's like monsters chasing them through the woods, and it's just like little kid-based nightmares, but it seems to be never ending.
And does it look like there's like a lid to this vial?
Seems
Do
to
I
be
have
open
like
currently.
Okay, so it's not
Get
like
a
a
cork.
nightmare. Like a cork. Can I cork it? Can I close it somehow?
Yeah, you get like a cork from maybe another
Pop
bottle
it.
that you haven't.
Yeah.
Put a cork on the little nightmare bottle.
This seems like it would come in handy. I kind of want to. I want to stash this nightmare grenade in my bag.
All right. As you stash the nightmare grenade in your bags, we pan back to Sin, who's crawling around up top. You can hear the creaking of the wood. It almost feels like it's giving way, but you're able to kind of spread out your weight enough so it doesn't feel fully like you're going to break through. You reach over and you grab a tome that seems to be there. And you see that on the cover, it's a brown, large, like thickly stacked book. And you see that it has a small latch that's on it made out of silver and little silver trim around the top, going down the side and along the bottom.
So is it locked?
No.
Oh,
You
I
can-
open it.
You open it, and there's a number of very destroyed and decrepit pages. You feel the cover of this. It's like a leather bound book, and everything, all the pages are very brittle. A lot of them have undergone a lot of water damage, so much of the ink has unfortunately run. But as you're going through this book, you see words and such. I would like you to make me an investigation check, please, as you're reading it.
Okay.
Or reading the small words that you can see. You go through it, you find a section, the only section in this large book that does remain unmarred. Give me a moment while I find it. You realize that this book seems to be a diary or a tome that used to belong to Strahd. And I will give you.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So my turn thing only lasted like a minute. So can I assume that after that minute left, it was just like, fuck it, and just kept going?
Yeah, they don't seem to come back.
They haven't. There's not like okay, all right, okay.
They don't seem to come back. But I will give you this. This is a very, very big handout. And please ignore the text that's like the picture. That's not what's actually written. I don't even know if you can read it. But everything underneath is what you can read.
Oh boy.
If you'd like, I can read some of it because it is a lot.
I'll read all of it right now to the audience.
We have a pee break before you read this novel.
I think the GM should read it only in Jimothy's voice.
Oh God.
I am the infant. I am the head.
No. But that's a really good idea. We are going to take a 5-minute breaker. So thank you everyone for tuning in. We're going to take a little bit of a break, maybe to read some of this so the players kind of know what's going on and I can summarize it for all of you. But please stick around. We will be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Get some water, stretch, pet your dog, all that fun stuff. And we'll see you soon.
And we are back once more, having just used the restroom, gotten more water, and done whatever else we needed to do. Perhaps reading long blocks of text, perhaps. But Matihi, why don't you go ahead and tell us what we just read?
Oh, I would love to. So, contained in this text are the words of Strahd and how she came to being who she is, or at least some hints as to it. Talking of her conquest here of Barovia, how there was a peasant knight who rose through the ranks, fought battles, and eventually, through steel and determination, had earned their place by the side as a general for, at the time, Countess Strahd. It's read of how Strahd had fallen in love with Tatiana, and Tatiana had reciprocated. The two of them stole kisses in the night, held each other when they could. Fuck when they could. And Strahd's loving descriptions of Tatiana and how much she cared for her. Also detailing Strahd's brother, Sergei, and how Sergei was jealous of the relationship between Tatiana and Strahd. Sergei.
Okay.
How he was jealous of the love between Tatiana and Strahd when they came here to Barovia, as Strahd had created a castle for him and the rest of her family. Eventually, Strahd had sought out darker powers to try and prolong their life and also the life of Tatiana's. Eventually, Sergei had been trying to corrupt Tatiana against Strahd. And it ended up working at one point, for Sergei was very jealous, it seems. So Strahd had made a deal with these dark powers and eventually had killed Sergei, snapping his neck, crushing his throat, and watching him crumble after Sergei had begged for his life and sworn loyalty and fealty to Strahd. Strahd had killed them. Unfortunately, Tatiana had seen all Tatiana's fears were confirmed, and both Strahd and Tatiana battled upon a balcony. As the fight had, there was blows traded, stabs at each other, spells cast. Eventually, Strahd held Tatiana by the throat over the edge of the balcony, over a large chasm. Sorry. Before they could tell Tatiana, and sorry, I gotta scroll through this. Strahd, of course, was very hurt by this betrayal and this fight. Tried to bring Tatiana back up. Tatiana was going to say something, but Strahd was struck in the back by an arrow, causing Tatiana to be dropped. Strahd had begged these dark powers to save Tatiana, save the two of them, save Strahd, and they obliged. Strahd had killed every single guard, every maid, every servant within Castle Ravenloft, until it was just them. They spoke of their anger and how everyone would know of their suffering. Let no one be happy in this valley ever again, for I am without the sweet embrace of my dear Tatiana. Detailed how Strahd had felt Tatiana close a few times, but was unable to grasp them to bring them back to their side. They still wait and seek Tatiana, but it seems also in their readings that whatever weaknesses that vampires seem to have, many of them do not apply to Strahd. The only one that does seem to apply, or at least something that they do not want and they want to destroy, is some sort of sun sword that they want to find and get rid of. But for now, they seem to sit and wait for the next time that Tatiana appears once more. And that's the gist of what you have read. So you all
Okay.
can meet back up together, I would say, on that third floor in the windmill.
Well, now I feel a little sad for Strahd. Not enough not to want to kill him, but still.
Irina says, it's a bit of a sad story, but to condemn an entire place because you lost someone is horrendous.
Yeah.
It made everyone suffer for the mistake that they made.
All of us suffer here, I guess. Because of some lovers' quarrel, it seems. And Irina walks around the room, seeming to be very upset, kicking things around a bit.
Did we leave? Or, the hags maybe come back?
Aye, we should probably depart.
I was gonna say, do we wanna make this place like uninhabitable so they don't come back? Like
What were you thinking?
a little bonfire.
I like that.
Agreed.
Sin?
I like that.
I knew you would.
And you see the kids, they have introduced themselves as Myrtle and Freak. Freek.
Myrtle and Freak.
The worst names.
I'm so sorry. Your parents really did hate you.
They,
Not gonna get teased at school at all.
The kid with blonde, like the shock of blonde hair is Freak. And they look up to you and they're just like,
It's a common name. I'm Freak Junior, Senior.
Wait, you have a kid already?
No,
How old
they
are
just named
you?
me Junior. I'm 6.
Oh,
Where do you live? Do you know where you're from?
We're from the village of Barovia.
oh well. We have another kid that's traveling with us.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you three can be friends.
and Freak looks to Myrtle. Myrtle looks to Freak. And they both kind of nod. And Myrtle looks up to a group of you. And they say,
So we can't go home at all?
Do you want to go home?
I mean, I miss my mommy.
Did your mommy give
My
you
other
to the creepy
mom.
lady?
I don't know. I remember I was in my bed and my parents looked really sad for some reason, and they said to just go to sleep. And then I had really bad dreams for a long time. I don't know how long. But then I woke up and you were here.
Yeah, your parents gave you to the creepy lady.
What? My parents wouldn't do that. They wouldn't give us away.
I think.
Yeah, I saw some other parents do it to another kid.
He gave us away.
Is
Sin, be
Sin-
tender.
Huh?
Sin,
What?
Be tender. You're making it cry.
Did
They're
I
solid.
do
Just
something
kids.
wrong?
Listen, kids, telling them things like that about their parents is gonna hurt them.
Okay. I'll remember that.
Kids, I don't think your parents wanted this to happen. I think that's why they were sad. They were sad that they felt like they had to give you away. All right?
Serana does let you know that there's a cart downstairs, like that little peddler's cart. That we can maybe take them in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry. We can look after you.
They both nod and Freak says,
Okay. We're big and strong, right? We can handle ourselves. And Myrtle says, yeah, we're big and strong. We dealt with monsters in our dreams, but we ran away from them a lot.
Well, if you ever get scared, we'll be here.
Okay, thank you.
Running away from monsters is a good idea sometimes.
They're scary.
Sure. So, are we burning this place down?
you hear the kids chanting, burn, 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 burn.
Yeah, kids, would you like to light the match?
How do we get the chickens and toads and any other living creatures out of here first?
Yeah, let's get the buddies out.
Oh, some of the toads are already gone.
Did you already let them out?
Yeah.
Well, that was very nice of you, Sin. Good job.
Thank you.
I expected Alfie to be like, no, you have to kiss them first.
It's the frog. So you head downstairs and you start releasing and getting like the chickens and the toads. Like there's some toads that are still like milling about. You see one like that's on the table and is like eating like there's like fly paper and it's got its tongue stuck to the fly paper. And you kind of have to help it off and you help the toads outside and you bring all the other animals. Little chickens are
Putting toads in my pockets.
yeah, they're just like burp, burp. And like they occasionally jump out of your pocket and one like gets underneath your shirt and just pops up like right here. You just see its little like feet on top of like your collar. And then Marshall comes out and is like,
I'm not a really big fan of toads.
Sorry, I just don't want them to. They'll be gone. It's okay.
Okay.
We'll take them outside.
Okay, are they edible? Can I eat them?
I don't.
It'd be nice if you didn't.
Oh. Is there cheese in here?
I didn't
I'll
see
look in for
any.
cheese.
Marshall's gonna make a perception check to see if there's cheese. Marshall cannot find cheese.
Like, I don't smell any.
Marshall's like, I would know if there's cheese.
I would know. I've got the smelling sense to smell cheese from a mile away. I'm a cheese connoisseur.
That is all you're good for.
Excuse me, I'm good for many things.
So,
The entire party just went.
is there any actual food in there? Like, what were the kids eating? Like, what? Or have they just been asleep the whole time?
You think
Did
that
it seem-
they've been asleep the entire time.
Okay.
Some sort of magical stasis that they've been in, just snoozing and having nightmares.
Yeah. Definitely keeping this grenade real. Yep, keeping it real. Keeping it. Just keeping it. Is there any other? Is it worth it before we burn this place to the ground, you guys, for me to just the best spell ever, ritually cast detect magic and wander around looking for magic?
I would be
No.
hurt if you didn't.
That's what I do.
I already searched the place.
Just in case there's something hiding, I'll do a quick sweep then, just in case.
The one thing you find specifically that is magical is specifically that loot that Alfie had picked up.
And then put down, or do you still have it?
Oh, I still want that thing.
Mhm.
I've got it on my back like a
Wait,
Rock and
so
roll
it's like
star.
it only hurt her the one time?
But it sounds.
They haven't
awful.
tried to play it again.
yeah.
Let me pull up this spell. I forget what all I can tell about it with besides, hey, that thing's magic, like that broom.
I think
That's
it's
surely
the
harmless.
This type of magic, yeah. Like the school of magic.
Yeah, let me double check. Where the hell is it?
Oh, you
There
could
it
tell what type
is.
of magic on the
For
thing.
the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet.
Does she sense my potions that I found?
Yes. You do sense the 3 potions that Sin had picked up in their bag. Where the hell is it? Here it is. It seems to be
Like, hey, you got some new magic stuff. None of the frogs are detecting his magic, though.
none of the frogs are detecting his magic, unfortunately, no.
They're just frogs.
Yeah. Let's see, it doesn't tell me what.
Wasn't there to see Alfie as a toad? I don't think
It just
so.
says, yeah, it just says I see a faint aura around it if it bears magic. So I'm guessing it would be like whatever type of spell that is.
It's you figure that it's got a few types of magic layered on it.
Dang.
I think there's like a I actually have to look up all these spells.
Oh, this seems complex. I don't know. I've been reading this whole time.
Oh, well, there's no spell save DC for it, so it's okay.
I mean, like, I'm not drinking it. I'm just like looking at
Yeah.
these because you just picked up the potions, right?
Enchantment.
Where did you find these potions at?
In a cabinet.
Which cabinet?
That one. And I point to it.
Is it was it just like a cabinet downstairs?
Yeah, on the first floor.
Okay.
So the loot itself has both abjuration and enchantment magic on it.
Ooh.
You think that most likely, in order to figure out exactly what it does, Alfie, you'll spend some time trying to attune to this item.
You have to attune it. Get it?
So it'll take about an hour, so a short rest for
Okay.
you to attune to this thing. Those items that you had found. Let me tell you what they are. Where is the handout?
The mommy's milk.
Mommy?
Ew, I
Sorry.
forgot about it.
Mommy?
One
Excuse
of
me,
them.
mommy?
Ooh, one of them seems to be some sort of enchantment magic. Oh, maybe we shouldn't do that. This one. Probably the one that's that says youth on it, some sort of enchantment magic. The one that has laughter on it, some sort of necromantic energy that's coming from it.
Ooh.
And the other one you don't know because it's not a poison. Or sorry, it's not
magical.
It's not magic.
The one is just not pinging on my thing.
Yeah.
It's
The green
definitely
one.
not poison though, so don't worry.
Yeah,
Not,
the one
not
that
a
says
poison.
the one that says mommy's milk is not magical.
What I know is that like a what's it called? Like a common saying for anything.
Make a nature check.
What could mommy's milk mean?
But just ew. Yeah.
What is mommy's milk?
I'm super good at nature.
Mommy's
We've
milk.
got this. I've got it.
Yep. It looks gross. Like it maybe looks like it soured without curdling. Maybe it is like titty milk. Who knows?
So it's like green milk.
Yeah, it's just green milk. Yeah. So Alfie, sorry, what were you just saying? Yeah, you
Can I
can go
give it a
ahead.
try and just to like
Wanna
take a
drink
look
it?
and see? No, just
Oh.
like look at it. Maybe smell it a little bit.
Alfie has definitely seen that at some random bar.
So you like see mommy's milk, and Ghislaine, you have just like, you know what I think this does? I think it's some sort of like, you think that drinking this, Ghislaine, it's gonna make you feel like a lot better. It's like some sort of comfort drink. Even though it looks really gross, you think that it's gonna taste like it smells really good. It
It's
Smells
like
like
a green
mommy's
Russian.
milk.
It's like a green
Hey guys,
Russian.
this smells really good. I think we should drink it. It's probably
Alfie-
just like a nice comforting smell.
Alfie, you sniff it and it smells sweet. It smells good, but you know that things that smell sweet most likely are some sort of poison.
I'm gonna go, it isn't a very creepy house, and I just don't really trust the liquids in the place that turns children into hags.
Okay, that's yep. There you go. I'm just gonna put it down and be like, yeah.
Okay.
Real good, Ghislaine.
Love your enthusiasm, though. A+.
A shot of mommy's milk.
Just a good old shot of the old mommy's milk.
Sin stoppers it again and puts it in their bag.
You put mommy's milk away
Yeah.
into your bag. And you hear like the clinking against some of the other various tinctures that are in there. But you're able to step outside. You've cleared this place full of anything, but they're the only thing that you think is good besides like the flour and like the eggs that are there. There are berries and cream. That's just there.
Is
There's
there
some,
any
like
is there any pies?
Is there a little lad?
you look around, you look into that the kids were the little lads, but you look into the peddler's cart. Oh, I forgot when the kids were supposed to be the little lad. Anyway,
Oh my god.
Mummy said that she would come back for me. I'm changing their voice. It's done.
No.
Mummy said they would come back for me eventually.
Mummy.
Mummy. So you look in like the cart that was there. You recognize this one as the same one that the hag was pushing when they were in the form of a hot lady. And you look inside of it and you find that there's a number of very sweet smelling pies. There's about 5 in there.
These are drug pies, right? Like what kind of
Yes.
pies are these?
They're drug pies.
Bad
You
drug
know that they're
pies.
drug pies.
I think we should burn the pies too.
No. I feel like if we're going to a big city or like
Oh.
a town,
We sell the pies?
not sell them, but I think, I think they're useful. They might be useful in a pinch.
I like the way you think.
If we need to distract someone, perhaps offer them pie and then run while they are, I don't know, do it dancing. I don't think we had did anybody have the pies? I don't think we ate the pies, did we? Nope.
So we give people the drug pies. I mean,
Only the people that deserve it.
okay, all right.
Look,
that's
apparently
fine.
apparently these pies are so good that people will sell their children for them. So like,
It wouldn't be a bad thing to have. I'll say it.
yeah, I'm just saying, if as a bargaining chip, look, we got the pies and the kids. So why not just take, look, we've got a cart. If we had someone nice and strong to pull the cart along.
I will pull the cart, but I'm very uncomfortable with using children as bargaining chips.
Not the children.
No, not
I
the
think
kids. We're
that
not monsters.
The place that we're going that's up by the deep dark water lake.
Balaki.
Oh, okay.
Valaki. Yeah, maybe there's like the
Valakian
Valakian orphanage. We can just leave them there temporarily until their parents definitely come and pick them up. So
We have those party people. Why don't we just leave them by the carriage people?
that's all the way back.
Oh shit.
That's like past the new.
Oh, that was like
place.
far.
Yeah, that was pretty heckin' far.
Mm.
I mean, we might see that
Like an hour and a
sexy
half.
metal leg.
Too
lady.
far.
It's pretty. Isn't it getting pretty late? I don't want to be outside. in the
With all the
dark.
searching and spending time, it's like probably around 3 o'clock.
Yeah. Ooh, do we know? I would be like, where did we put Timothy and Ismark? Weren't they like around the corner?
Yeah, there's like a rock that's
In the
nearby.
bush somewhere.
So, like, did the hags have to run past them? Because I'm gonna feel.
Yeah, you think so? But
Did
you don't
they?
know if-
Okay.
you
Well,
hope they hid.
one of them disappeared out of existence, so maybe the other ones. I mean, can we go check on Jimothy? I'm gonna go check on Jimothy. In fact, BRB, and I'm just gonna go.
All right. So
I run very fast when I'm on all four.
Are you gonna be a dog?
I'm gonna get a dog.
Okay, so Serrano shifts into a dog, little barky boy, and starts running on all fours down and towards where Jimothy and Ismark are. So you head around. Are the rest of you burning the windmill?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's.
As the windmill goes up in flames, Serrana, you run down and you see, kind of hidden behind a rock, and you see Ismark peeps their head out, and they're holding kind of Jimothy very close.
Oh no!
Just,
oh no!
and then you come around. There's like a bit of
but then I forgot.
a little sigh of relief, and you see that as soon as Jimothy sees you, they see a dog, right?
They see a wolf.
A wolf. Jimothy.
A creepy black wolf with a white eye. I mean, it's kind of smaller than normal wolves, but
Jimothy
it's
starts
still
screaming.
a fucking wolf. I go, bork, 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 bork.
And Ismark's like, ah! And like draws her sword and moves it towards you.
Don't Eldritch blast me, bro. Hold on.
What? There's a fucking talking wolf.
I
Like,
know.
Ismark-
I do it. I change back, and I'm like, don't tase me, bro.
When would you have
It's magic. It's magical.
dog?
It's magic. I was a magic. I'm not a. It's not a dog. It's a wolf.
What mean
I am
wolf?
a majestic creature.
I'm so confused. When did this happen?
What? This has always been a thing. Look, this thing is on. I look back. Is the windmill's just like on fire now?
Oh my.
I look back and
Goodness.
I'm just like, everything's fine.
Are you all okay? Is Irina okay?
Yeah, we're good. Did y'all see the? Did y'all see the hags that? There was a stinky thing. What happened?
We
over here?
mostly hid from them. They ran by. I saw there was two of them, and then there was suddenly three of them, and they just were running and they ran into the woods.
Okay, cool. As long as they didn't like see you, it's good. So we're
No, I
gonna
don't think so.
we've got some stuff. We've got a little cart that can be pulled. And we're gonna try to make it up to Vallaki before sundown, hopefully, but everything's fine. We've chased them away. Definitely won't have to deal with them ever again later. Nope. So let's you can come meet the kids.
Oh, there's more children.
Yep, there's more kids.
Oh goodness. And Jimothy looks up to you, Serrana, and is like,
I didn't know you were a dog.
Sometimes, not all the time.
Can I pet you?
You're gonna tell him no. You're gonna tell him no.
You're gonna tell him no.
And they-
You're gonna tell him no.
you see Ismark is still kind
Dirty
of
liar.
is holding Jimothy, but like looser, and you see Jimothy's little paws kind of like waving up in the air and making petting motions.
I'm like, you could just yeah, sure.
Okay.
Do you
It's
turn
like
back
the
into a
most
wolf?
like dejected wolf transformation, like the saddest awoo, like the depressedest werewolf ever. Like, ugh.
Tail between your legs.
You shift
No, just
back.
kind of just down, like
You
a
shift
rag
back
doll.
into a wolf,
Yeah,
and
I shift back into a wolf.
Ismark like puts Jimothy on the ground, and Jimothy like toddles over to you, and it's just like, "Yay, puppy!" and like starts like rubbing your snoot and the sides of your face. And
I'm
his
just
little paws.
standing there, just like I'm very
Wow, wow,
tolerant.
wow, wow, wow,
I'm
wow.
very tolerant.
It's a good puppy. It's a good
Jimothy
puppy,
will
good
get
puppy.
approximately one
Yay.
lick. One lick.
You lick,
But only because
Jimothy.
he's spicy.
you lick Jimothy, and you lick like up his face, and he has now a little cowlick You see like his little hair kind of curl at the top, and he giggles. And you see he's like trying to like wipe his face. His arms don't fully reach the top of his head. He's trying his best. And Ismark comes over and like fixes it and picks Jimothy back up, holding them like kind of like this across his chest. And
The arms.
the like little tiny arms like enjoying themselves, and you begin walking back up.
I'd like to
as
think
everyone-
I set my shepherd's crook down before I turned into a wolf, so it wouldn't like get sucked back up. However, that works with poly. And so I'll just grab it and just kind of walk like the dog with the stick that's too big, you know, like just walking back.
Very sad.
I'm sad.
So you're now pushing this little peddler's cart with you. See, besides like the chickens are now like running free, and you see the rooster running free outside of this burning building. There's a whole bunch of toads just covering the lawn, basically. It's like hundreds of toads. There's like 100 toads just like hopping around.
I just fill my pockets, go outside,
Fill
dump
your
them on the
pockets.
grass.
Yeah. Oh, do you like keep any toads, or do you like get rid of them all?
No, I'm just trying to like transport them out onto the grass.
We're
Yeah.
like Hansel and Gretel with toads, just like as they're going,
Giraffe
just
toads.
toads.
You think that you've totally got rid of them all, as far as you know. And you all walk away from the burning windmill. And start
Does-
making your way to Valaki. Yeah, go ahead.
Does Jimothy come up to the burning windmill while we're all burning it?
They kind of, I would say
I think
they
we would meet
Ismark
them
doesn't get too
halfway,
close. Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Is Sin or is Sin Kiora?
If we're meeting halfway, Sin would turn back into Kiora.
Okay, good.
I asked specifically because if they came up to them while they were burning, they were still
Yeah.
gonna be Sin.
Okay. That's completely up to you, but probably meet halfway sort of thing. So you are now back to Kiora. And you begin kind of making your way up to Valaki and start snaking back through the various trees. Let me go to the actual screen. So as you're walking, you're kind of walking in this little kind of downturn area. You see that to your right that the ground goes up very sharply, and you see it raises in various places and starts kind of scaling up into these very small hills and mountains that surround you. To your left, you see very dense trees, and of course still the fog and the mist that surrounds this land. It's very oppressive, and it seems to be getting thicker and thicker as you walk. As you begin making your way up this road and you reach an area where you start to go instead through trees, you see that trees start to come in on your right side as well. And you're rounding this large corner. You start hearing something deep in the forest.
Can
To
I?
your left and to your right.
I'd like to think that because there was 2 extra children, that the majestic wolf is just sort of dejectedly sort of sitting in the cart too, with the 2 chickens and the 3 children who are probably petting, and there's just chicken. There's probably a chicken like on my head. It's just not it's not dignified.
There's a
But
chicken on
I'm-
your head. There's 2 children who are petting you. And Jimothy is like kind of sitting on your back, also petting you.
It's the thing with like the kids, and they're like pulling the wolf's ear. Like in any other context, this is like they're going to die if you like don't go up and mess with the wolf. But it just looks real sad. It's a real sad looking wolf. But I am also like, I'd like to do like the radar to see if I'm can pick up anything.
You can make me. Everyone can make me perception checks if you'd like. Ooh. So Ghislaine 19, Serana 25. So Serana picks this up first, Ghislaine quickly afterwards. You start to hear, it sounds like the snapping of twigs that are in the forest, both to your left and to your right. Serana, you hear a very low guttural snarling.
I do
It
it back.
seems, yeah. You start to vibrate and make this low growl. The kids jump back in the cart.
yeah.
They're scared.
They should be. I'm
And
vicious.
you hear what sounds like it sounds like 5 creatures, almost like a small pack of most likely large dogs, wolves, that are slowly approaching your position.
Can I make intimidating noises to growl and like warn the other wolves to like fuck off?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and make me an intimidation check, please.
Oh boy.
Hey, that's good.
You start to
pretty
hear
Yeah, Alpha B.
Alpha.
So you hear the low growling that's starting to get louder and louder as Serana hears something. Ghislaine, you're hearing the snaps of twigs. You start to hear the growling getting closer and closer. The group of you are kind of panning, looking around. Irina draws their blade in their hand, like just at the ready. And Serana, you let out this very guttural, intimidating growl. Everyone here, you were very taken aback by this. You haven't
The
heard
chicken's
Serana.
still on the head though.
You haven't heard Serana ever make this noise before. Like, it's scary, coming from them. And the snapping of twigs, it stops, and you kind of look over, and you see to your flanks, you see a number of set of eyes peeking out from the dark forest towards you. They're yellow with these very thin slits in them. Should I say small pupils because dogs don't have slits? Anyway.
Yeah, no, like that's
You know what I
that's
mean.
weird. Okay, I was like, cats?
Not other dogs.
Can I make?
Uh
Is there a check I can make to figure out what they might be? Because they
Make me a nature
growl.
check. Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna make it at, I would say, disadvantage just because you can't fully see them.
yeah.
Okay.
Can I if this is like if they're other woofs, like if I like stand up out of this cart to like I'm like puffing up, like I'm suddenly like it's like, oh well, like looking all small and I was trying not to be spooky, but then suddenly it's like, oh, I'm an actual woof. In can I speak woof when I'm a woof to be like literally like fuck off kind of thing? Like
Not
the
while
kids
you're
can't understand this.
not while you're a dog, but you can.
But like
yeah,
that's
bark
the
at them,
growl.
Yeah.
Like I can speak. Like I want to make sure that if that other thing can understand the growls, that I definitely tell them
Mhm.
off.
You gotta give it a good boof.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
big
Boof.
boof.
Boof. You give a big boof as you kind of look out, and as you do, you see coming out, they seem to grow in size, and coming out from either side, just one on each side from the forest, you see 2 individuals make their way out of the trees. One looks to be more of a strong, very well-built feminine figure, like a short shock of almost purple hair that sticks up and is kind of in various spikes, and she seems to flex her muscles a bit as
I do a
they
little one of those. Like, huh?
look to you. Let me. Can I shift said this so you can see? Yeah, wearing like a
Yeah.
short kind of leather crop top and these leather pants and high boots as they walk out. The other one looks to be a little bit less filled out, but they seem to be very strong and lanky as well. They have long red hair that goes down their back. They have a sparse red beard. They've got a set of arrows on their back and a bow in hand, and they seem to come out. They don't get too close. They're about 20 feet away from the group of you as they approach. You hear a woman say, "So who exactly is here? Who are you travelers going through our woods?"
Oh no, I'm like, yeah, no, I would unwoof as well. And on the way off the cart, I grab my hook. I'm like trying to step up a little bit, but like, I'm just, I'm a cleric. It's fine. I just go, we're just making our way through the woods to Valaki.
And they seem to like sniff the air a little bit towards you and towards Ghislaine. And again, you can kind of see them taken aback a little bit. They snarl. They say, "You have quite thin blood, don't you two?"
I wouldn't put it that way. We're not here to cause any trouble for you, as long as you're not, kidnapping kids or anything.
No, we're not kidnapping children.
Well, then we're fine. So we'll just keep going to Valaki, and we won't bother you or your woods.
You see the redhead spit on the ground and says, "Fuck Balaki! Piece of shit place."
What's so bad about it?
I mean, probably, but that's
Oh, you'll see when you get to Balaki, won't you?
Okay.
Do you have any
a little weird about it.
Well, we're not
recommendations of things to
any
avoid?
like other places then?
And they say the entire valley itself is a hellhole. I was just, you leave if you can.
Can anyone leave?
There are
where?
some, it seems, that can leave, but they won't grant this ability to anybody else.
Who?
Huh.
The Vistani.
Vistani?
Oh, the party people?
lit.
Yes.
So,
I mean-
if Valaki is so bad and everywhere else is so bad, where do you stay? And is that a very bad place?
The redhead says, "Wouldn't you like to know?" And the other one stops them. And she says, "It's not a bad place if you remain as you are, the two of you in your more humanoid forms. But if they see any sign of the wolf on you, your head will also be put on a pike. So I would watch out."
I think Ghislaine looks at Serana and is like, I'd like to see them try.
An entire town full of guards. Oh. Much danger.
Well, we'll be sure to be careful. Thank you for the warning. We're just passing through, though, honestly, so I don't think we plan to stay for very long.
There's still other wolves, right? Like in the...
Yeah, they're like in the woods. They're kind of, you see them slowly peeking out, but they don't seem to be coming for you.
I go, oh, you must be the band of werewolves that Lady Strahd doesn't like?
They
Have you
seem
been-
to all, again, snarl, and they say, Are you with them?
Does it look like we are?
It's hard to tell sometimes.
There were werewolves back at
They were the ones that were
goodness, place name.
fucking
They
up
were
the doors
scratching at
in
doors.
Barovia. What were you doing in Barovia, Barovia, messing up all those doors? What were you getting at?
Was that you?
Was that
They
you?
look to each other, and they look to you, and they say, That wasn't us.
Oh, well, then it's fine.
Then
How
the
many of
night-
you are there?
Well, if you must know, since you don't, it seems, there are 2 packs of werewolves in this valley. The children of Mother Night and us, the Nightkin.
And how do you feel about the other pack?
You see the redhead says, "Fucking bastards, that's what."
Spitting on the ground every like 3 seconds.
He's so angry.
Okay.
Swan's gonna have dry mouth.
All right. I see you have some very strong feelings about them. Is there what's the problem between the packs?
You see the woman speak again. She says, "There's much of a problem with their pack, but it is not for us to speak on. You should speak to our pack leader, Zuleika."
Okay.
Their pack leader or the other pack leader?
Their pack leader.
Would it
Okay.
be okay for us to speak with Zuleika, or would you prefer that we didn't?
It is best for you to know if you want to stay safe in these woods. If we were them, we most likely would have ripped all your throats out by now. Except for the kids. Because they're kids. We're not
Wow.
monsters.
So
we're-
kind.
We're glad to at least
Whoa.
hear that.
Well,
These aren't the woods that the hags ran off into, right? They went the other way. Because like, I'm trying to remember what the map looked like. Is
They
this the same
went.
woods?
You went north. You think they went more east.
Okay. Well, I'd warn them. Like, there's some hags and like a real stinky thing that ran off into
no,
the woods.
the stinky thing is gone now.
Is it gone?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
burned that.
I thought that it like went with them for some reason. I don't know. Well, just keep an eye out. They left that windmill.
Well, thank you for letting us know. If you are to visit Zuleika, tell them Marnie sent you. They're a bit north of Lake Baratok, if you wish to find them.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course.
As a parting gift, would you like a chicken?
They seem to perk up a little. They're like,
They make eggs.
chicken?
If they don't make eggs, you can eat them.
They look to each other, and the redhead is just like, "Fuck the chickens." Spits
Why are
on
you
the
so
ground.
mad at everything? Is there
attitude.
anything you like, Ginger Boy?
We can cast like
Chocolate milk.
we've got some mother's milk. Ugh.
I have
What's that?
I have some mother's milk I can
No,
give
no,
you.
no, no, no.
Okay.
No. Ew, ew.
no,
Gross. It's
you
curdled.
probably
It's-
don't want it.
It's a joke. No. Look, here, have a
Oh,
chicken.
okay.
I like hand a chicken.
Yeah, you like hand over the chicken. It's like, they take the chicken into their arms.
Yeah, because like how
Um,
furious can you look while you're holding
yeah,
the chicken? It's like
he
"Arr," but
hold-
then it's
he
just
holds
like
Still
the chicken.
spitting, but like with a
just
chicken.
angry, and there's just like chicken.
he holds the chicken and he like holds the chicken up, and you see there's like some sort of connection between the two. Like the two of them make like the moony eyes at each other.
Nah.
And then he's
Wait,
just
did
like,
he just
"This
find
is my
a
chicken."
piece?
No,
Like
No
not
one
to
will
eat or get
ever
eggs
separate.
from.
this is Jezebel.
Oh, they're bonding. This was such a good
Aw.
decision. Yeah. Yeah.
Kiss her,
There
see
we
what
go.
happens.
No.
No, we're not gonna kiss a chicken.
So
That's how you get salmonella.
is it all right for us to continue passing through your woods?
She looks to the other one, redhead. She looks back to you and says, "Be careful. There's not a lot of us, but there are many more of the children of the Mother Night. They will not hesitate to kill you.
And
So be careful."
they travel in these woods as well?
Yes.
Okay. Is there any way for us to be able to distinguish between your two tribes?
Unfortunately, unless you know, there is not. We have
Do you
recently
spell differently?
departed. And they say, yes, just, you would know. You would pick up on
Can
it.
I like walk up to her while she's talking, just do like one of those like
Yeah, you can sniff. There's a very distinct smell they have. They kind of smell like very
Head to my
earthy.
nose library.
Yeah, back. Make a perception check. Add it to your nose library.
Yeah.
They're
Library.
like, we smell like lilacs in the hunt, whereas they smell like pee-pee
Butts.
poo-poo.
There's something that I have to look up really quick.
Oh no! I just still smell. There was this dretch. It's oof. It's this,
like
the whole,
permeated your nose.
it's still stuck in there. Now you just smell like chicken.
They so that's like you're not too sure, but they say if you catch the scent of silver pine and spice, I'd just stay away from them.
Silver. Odd.
Silver pine.
Oh. I was gonna say, that's
Serana, something clicks
Oof.
in your smell
Okay.
library.
All right. Yeah. No. I just act like they smell real bad. I'm like, ugh. All
No,
right,
the specific thing of the silver pine.
I
and
know.
spice.
I
Yeah,
know.
okay.
I
Sure.
leave them. I leave and I go back to the cart.
Okay, well,
I angrily sit on the cart and I look around, and then I just turn into a wolf again for a second and I let the kids pet me.
we will do our best to heed your warning, and we will be careful going through your woods the rest of the way.
All right. Good. You all have a safe travel.
thank
Good
you very
hunting.
much.
Thank you. They will turn back to the woods. You see them. You hear that like light bone cracking as they slowly shift back into being wolves. And they're they're extremely large. They're about as large as the wolves that you saw outside the gate when you first came into Barovia. These gigantic dire wolves. And they start to pad their way back.
I'm much
Into
less
forest.
intimidating.
You are.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I don't have full wolf form, but I can turn into like an anthropomorphic wolf and kind of like run along the ground on all fours.
Nice. So you continue along your way. As you travel down the old Sphalic road, you see there's
What road?
The what
Sphalic.
The
Phallic
road.
road? The phallic road?
It
Phallic.
goes around and then it kind of hooks
There's
around
no
a
way you
couple
said anything
times.
but phallic.
the old Phallic road is
The old dick road.
old Dick road.
Old Dick
It's a
Road.
long, hard road.
To the place. God damn it. So you go down the old Phallic road. And you see there's like a slight spacing between the trees as you start to head to the west. You see that there, to your north, there is a large body of water that you can just make out from between the trees. But you continue along your way, and I'm going to assume you can do this during your travel. It's no problem, especially Alfie. You can like sit in the cart because you're small enough, and kind of take some time to attune to this lute that you have.
It's just
my.
doing one chord at a time, or like one string at a time, and going "Ugh," and getting a little nosebleed.
You get a lot of it. If you do it again, make me another wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh no.
If it's all wisdom saving throws,
Yes.
this is gonna be arduous.
You're gonna die.
I don't think we can ever get
I'm
rid
gonna
of this
pass
chicken.
out from blood.
Oh
loss.
my gosh,
You
you're
take 4
saved.
damage from just like praying.
I'm gonna need a little healing soon. That's 9 damage so far.
So
Is
as
that like half your health?
probably. So as you continue along your way, kind of plucking at these strings and hurting yourself, eventually there comes a time when instead of it being like the screeching noise that comes out of the lute, it starts to sound beautiful. And it seems to almost shrink down to your size as you begin to play it. And there's a beautiful melody that starts to come out of the lute.
On its own?
I've
No,
tamed
no.
it.
Being played.
tamed it.
Tamed it. So you have now.
Every time you did that, there was just like the whine from me, like when a dog hears something, it's too
It's like-
loud. It's like, it's just like real upset.
I've the whole time been like, wow, it's not making any noise, and you're just dying from all the like the high notes.
It's just like, oh, whoa, like,
So you have got, as you play this lute, you realize, of course, Serana told you that it is magical. It can be used as a spellcasting focus, and the lute, if you take an action, and I'll give this to you as a handout as well. If you take an action, you can cast one of the spells that's contained within it. Each of the spells, once you cast it, it's gone for the rest of the day, but you get it back at dawn. The 3 spells that you find contained within your lute are Animal Friendship, Protection from Energy, Fire, and Protection from Poison.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Is that gonna be a little thing on the handouts, or do I need to put that into my sheet?
I will probably put it into your sheet for you. But I will also give you a handout for it.
Okay.
Just because it's contained within a big handout, so I'm gotta make another
Okay,
little handout
gotcha.
for it. But you have now the what's called the Instrument of the Bards, the boss
Ooh.
hunt. Your first magical thing.
About to play some sick ass tunes, boys.
Make me performance check, please, Alfie. See how well you play.
along with like
Jaunty tune.
an upset wolf and some chickens.
It's really good. Like, it's some really good jams that Alfie is cranking out.
I'm hitting Wonderwall, but like no one's actually ever heard it in this realm. So you guys are like,
Canon, you've written Wonderwall. There you go.
It is very much canon. Give me one moment. All right. So as you make your way down the road, it takes you a little over an hour when you finally start to see in front of you. It starts to look like a city that's shadowed in the mist. You see the road, it meanders into this valley watched over by dark brooding mountains to the north and to the south. The woods recede, revealing a sullen mountainberg surrounded by a wooden palisade. Thick fog presses up against the wall as though looking for a way inside. The dirt road ends at a set of sturdy iron gates with a pair of shadowy figures standing behind them. Planted in the ground and flanking on the road outside of the gates are half a dozen pikes with wolves' heads impaled on them.
No, I definitely was not a wolf as we were getting up to the place, but I am very much curled up, sort of just sitting there with my little hook, just kind of real quiet.
So you see that there's a 15-foot high wall that seems to kind of enclose this area, turning and going out of sight. And it looks to be vertical logs held together with very thick ropes and mortar. The top of each log has been sharpened into a point. Wooden scaffolding. You can see through little tiny slits, very tiny slits within these large pikes. Seems to be on the inside. But you see these 2 shadowy figures kind of behind the gates. And it's around 4:35, getting late afternoon at this point. You hear a voice call out, sounds like one of the shadows, saying, "Who goes there?"
Hello, we're just some travelers trying to stay in your city for a night and rest and continue on through the lands.
You just looking to stay for a night?
That
What are your
is
names?
the current plan, yes. My name is Kiora.
Right. Who are the rest of you?
Well, then there's Ghislaine and Serana and Alfie the Almighty and Jimothy and
Little lads.
Freak and
Hi.
God, what's the other?
Marshall.
Myrtle.
Hi.
Don't forget
Timothy's
Marshall.
like,
Hi.
And
Marshall's like, "And me!" and pops out
Marshall.
of Ghislaine's hat. They're like,
And
"Oh,
it's
talk
Mark.
right." And Irina says, "And me."
I've named the chicken Benifer.
and Irina and God, what's her brother's name?
Ismark.
I always forget.
Ismark.
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 Did you get all that?
They're like, pretty much I kind of forgot halfway through, but it's fine. Welcome to
It's-
Vallaki.
There's a
Thank
lot
you.
of us, I understand.
You
It's-
hear the sound of these gates slowly starting to creak as they open, and it opens into it's a fairly strange town. You see that there's remnants of what looks like celebratory banners and flowers that have slowly wrinkled up over time that are hung on various parts of the buildings and on some like poles that are around. But it looks like there was a celebration not too long ago for some reason. The town itself looks to be fairly well taken care of. There's not a lot of dirt on the ground at all. Well, there's dirt on the ground, but it doesn't seem to be overly like there's not piles of refuse or anything that are lying about. People seem to be, panning back and forth. They're doing their daily kind of jobs and their daily activities. No one seems to be hiding in their house. There doesn't seem to be any sort of wolf attacks that have been here. All life here in Vallaki seems strangely normal.
A little too loudly, Alfie's gonna go, I thought that guy said this was a shithole.
Shithole? Vallaki ain't a shithole. Who told you that?
Nobody.
This old woman on the road.
No one
Yes.
on the road. He's probably some sort of magician.
She's probably crazy.
We don't
Trust. Why don't you trust magicians?
because they cast spells, can't defend against them. Unpredictable.
They're
Is-
defenseless against you, Alfie. No. I mumble.
Is-
I mumble.
Magic you don't like? Interesting.
Is there any sort of inn or anything that we could
Oi.
perhaps stay at?
Yeah, there's a Blue Water Inn. It's just down the road. Let me see how far
Thank
it
you.
is. You're welcome.
I look for any kind of churches or somewhere we could like.
You don't see a church. I think it can actually bring you to. Do I have the city of Vallaki here as a map, please? Give them to me, game. Oh my god. I have it. Haha! I will bring you to the screen. And I'm sliding off. You should be able to see the screen once I move you there, of course. The town of Vallaki.
Wow.
You're entering from the east side.
From the east?
Yeah, so you're like over here in the east. You can see that there's like a number of buildings that are inside, of course. And the one, let's see, the Blue Water Inn. The guard tells you that Blue Water Inn's about, I don't know, a few minutes walk inside. It's like in the middle of town.
All right.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Of course. Stay safe and be good.
Will do.
No fannying about.
All right.
I couldn't do that if I tried.
And you begin to make your way inside. So you pass by, there's a few different areas that kind of go into almost like a cul-de-sac sort of space. You see there's a number of people. A lot of the villagers seem to avoid you. They do not want to talk to you. They do not want to be near you. And a lot of them seem to kind of almost, like they come out of their house, they see you, they turn around and go back inside and shut the door.
I look over to Ismark and I'm like, so you want to stay here like for forever now? This is the place?
Ismark looks around and says, well, if it's safe against Strahd, then sure.
Well, they hate wolves.
Yes,
People
they
here
do.
are kind of weird.
We were supposed to take them somewhere else, though, right? Like somewhere
There is
further?
there's a suggestion for you to take them somewhere further, which is Kresk, which is farther west.
I mean, is that a bigger town or is this the bigger town?
I think they're around the same size.
I like look at Ismark and I'm like, well, you could stay here for now, and I guess we could go to the other city, just to see, and then if it seems, we could swing back around. But I'd like to not,
Yeah. Let's just go to this inn. I need a drink or something.
I look at the kids, all of them, and I say, all right, now don't tell. This is very quiet. I'm like, don't
Okay.
tell anybody here that I can turn into a dog, okay? Or else they'll kill me.
They all the three of them all look at each other and then look up to you and go,
Okay.
These kids are traumatized and they're so excited by it.
These other kids have been having nightmares for like a bajillion
They're like,
years.
this is tame. I've seen
Yeah.
God. Like,
Yeah. I've got a nightmare grenade.
And as you begin heading into town, not very far away from you, and this was a bit before, a few hours previous, a raven had flown into the town of Valaki, landing on one of the windowsills at a little inn within this town. You see an individual, just their hands kind of move up this the window pane, and let the little raven in sitting on their arm. And that is where we will fade to black. And that will be the end of today's episode. Where you didn't
Huzzah!
fucking die.
We didn't die!
now I really
Oh.
even know why they don't like the Lakey.
Wolf
I-
heads.
Oh wait,
there's
yeah,
wolves.
that's
Yeah.
valid. I guess for them, it's a
Get it? I get into town. I spit on the ground.
I imagine half of us aren't big fans of this town either.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you
He's like,
everybody. Thank you everybody for watching tonight's Curse of Strahd game. I hope y'all had a good time, and we will of course be back hopefully next week. But right now we're gonna go around through everyone where they're gonna introduce themselves again, plug their social media, and we're gonna go around and tell everybody about their favorite part of the game. So we'll start with Emma.
Hi, it's me, Emma, also known as Emma Panada. This is my channel, so you can find me here. You can also find me on Twitter at Emma Panada. I've been shitposting there more often, so if you want to see me shitpost, go do that. My favorite part of today's session was that we adopted 2 more kids.
Yay. Just growing.
What about
Did you say we're a doggy daycare now?
your baby daycare?
A baby
what-
daycare, yeah,
What about
for
you,
sure.
Stacy?
I really like my new little lute. I'm excited to play some sick ass tunes.
You were the
I'll get my
toad.
ukulele out and play some shit.
Hell yeah.
Amazing. I'm waiting for that kazoo. And what was your favorite? Oh wait, did you say your favorite was the getting the
Getting the loot, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
getting the loot.
Perfect. And what about you, Monster?
I am Monster X Fate. I am occasionally on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, but it's mostly animals and squirrels and stuff.
That's good content.
Yep,
Sick content.
big cats coming up. I think my favorite thing was just having that like super intense conversation between
Awkward.
Fern and Ghislaine.
Awkward.
That
Your hag lover.
yeah, my hag lover that he did absolutely perfectly and was like, I had something almost similar to this moment in my head, even though I didn't know what she was gonna be. And it was great. It was awesome.
Glad. And B.
Hi, B, also known as Bikake on Twitch and Instagram. I'm an art streamer. I stream a lot. And yeah, that's me. Also, my favorite part was intimidating other werewolves with a chicken on my head. as a wolf.
Absolutely amazing. And I'm Matihi. Some people call me Matihi, some people call me Matt, but you can call me Mommy. You can find me here on Tuesdays. sorry, Mommy. You can find me here running Curse of Strahd. Usually Tuesdays. Sometimes stuff happens. It's okay. I'm also here on Fridays, and I am in Emma's Avatar game. I will also be starting tomorrow on Stella Luna's channel. I am taking part in a Patreon game where I'm going to be we're going to be doing Worlds Beyond the Witchlight. I am playing Rakaria. I'm going to be wearing a set of horns that I've decorated with flowers. She's a cute little tiefling druid, absolutely adorable, and has a snake named Sir Lancelot. And yep, there's other things, but I don't want to talk about them because they're funny and I want them to come out in games. So you can check that out too. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. Oh yeah, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Maddie Matihi, and you can find me on Twitch occasionally at Matihi, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, back to you, Emma, to close it out.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Let's see, this week we might have our Bikes on Brooms game on Sunday at 8 Eastern. I gotta check in with the players, but if we are playing that, it's gonna be a really good time, and I invite you to come hang out with us. Other than that, pretty soon, later this month, we'll be starting up a Ravenloft campaign. It'll be our first 6-player group. It's gonna be pretty chaotic, but it should be a fun time. And yeah, other than that, we are going to raid my friend Joel, also known as Runaway Robot.
Oh!
He is currently streaming some D&D.
It's also his birthday.
It's also his birthday.
It's
So
always his birthday.
once
Come in
we,
with a happy birthday.
Yeah, once we raid, be sure to tell him happy birthday for us, okay?
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, thank you again so much for hanging out with us, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Goodbye!
Bye!
Goodbye.
Arm flaps, arm flaps, arm flaps.